appreciate the influence they have on each of our lives and the example that they set for us and their faithfulness to God and the comments of encouragement that they give us from time to time as we all strive to live the Christian life. And we have, as it's come to pass, that we at least try at least once a year to, in a special way, to honor these ladies in a special way, to honor them with a banquet and also the opportunity for us to have some fun together. And if you haven't already guessed, our theme this year has to do with America and our patriotism to our country. It's a country that we're proud of, and certainly we'll have more to say about that a little later. But we're glad that you're here, and we want you to have a good time. And that's what it's all about, is to express our appreciation to you and let you know that we love you, and we want to tell you that tonight, and we want you to leave feeling good. That's the reason we want you here tonight, is so that we can share with you some fun together. And I think that before the evening's over that you'll agree that that's what has been. There are some things that we'll do a little later, but right now I want us to get started. And incidentally, we want you to remain seated. And in just a few minutes, I'll ask Joe Taylor to lead us in our invocation. But one word before we do that, and that's what you'll be served at your seat tonight. We have some young ladies that, as you see behind me, fine-looking group. And they're going to be serving each one of you where you're seated now. So don't get up. Just stay there, and they'll get to you, and they'll serve you. I think you'll enjoy that, too. We're proud of our young people. Our young men were there to escort you tonight here, and our young ladies are here to wait on you this time. And that's young people we can be proud of, and we're thankful for them. Joe, would you lead us in our invocation at this time?
This food, one of the blessings that you give us. We pray that it might nourish us to be strong, to serve in your vineyard. We might throughout all the days give you the glory.
I don't know if you deserve an honor or not, Candy. I'll have to wait and see.
You got record up in the window? Yeah. You're recording. All right, push.
You want to sit on the stove?
Record, be quiet.
scratches to have this good health. There you go.
Yeah, it's no flushing no
All right, we appreciate everyone being here tonight. And as you can tell, as I said earlier, we're here tonight to honor this great country in which we live. And we appreciate the country and what it affords for each of us in the way of making our living. And we're glad and proud to be Americans. And it's a privilege and honor for me to be out of Washington here with you tonight. Believe me, this is more hospitable than there right now. We do have some people, though, that I wanted to recognize that have done a lot of work before we get in any further. And we had some ladies that prepared some awfully good food tonight. Boy, it was great. And I think we need to give them a hand. Mary Hearn and Betty A., Carlita Shirey, Nell Aldridge, Becky Culverhouse, and Eunice Gregory. And they did a fantastic job. We appreciate that very much. We also appreciate the young ladies who were serving us. Let's give them a hand. Thank you. You know, we have with us tonight, I failed a little earlier to say this, but I wanted to, and we have two out-of-town visitors with us. And the reason that I failed to mention those was because really we claim them as our own, and so we really don't consider them visitors. But we have Selma Greenfield and Alega Ake with us tonight, and they're representing North America and East America, I guess it'd be. And we're glad to have y'all with us tonight. We consider you one of us, but I did want to recognize you because you traveled many miles to get here. You know, tonight, our theme, what we're going to try to do, and now we've had to go to considerable effort to get this done, but due to some of the great communications technology that we now have, we're going to be able to go back in time and to enjoy some moments in history, of American history. And it's not going to be easy, and it'll take a little time, for occasionally we may have to really think positive about it, all get all of our thinking together, to be able to go back and to relive some of the moments in our great American heritage. But that's what we're going to be doing tonight. So I want to introduce at this time a couple of my assistants. I have over here Miss South America, and over here Miss North America. And I think these ladies are going to do us a good job. All right. You know, one of the things that, like I said, that made America great, we had an occasion to go ahead and consider some of the events in history. Oh, I bet you, what could it be? That's water. Oh, it's the Boston Harbor. Wow, what great event. Oh, yeah. Must have been that event that the vote of the Americans, the colonists, when they were so upset about the taxes that was being levied upon them by England, so they proceeded one time, instead of paying that tax, they decided there's going to do something about it. And that event went down in American history as a great Boston Tea Party. some of the colonists dressed up like Indians. Of course, you recognize that right off, didn't you? All right. We'll give a little time, because really, now, how many of you are thinking about history now? You got to think this to make it work. Because if you don't, we may miss out and not catch one of these acts. But I think if we'll listen very carefully, we're probably going to hear a great event. Paul Revere! What it is? He was sending a message. Now, he said the British are coming. The redcoats are coming. I always thought it was the British that was coming. But there's probably something there that he knows that the rest of us don't. But I just wonder if maybe he was giving us a message. Oh, my goodness. That's a British.
It's real tough. I tell you, we were having an awful time. We marched up the west coast there till we got to Boston. We filled up with dry beef. And then we found out we didn't have any tea to drink. We went on to Buffalo. But that's where the course in history changed, actually in Buffalo.
In Buffalo.
Because in Buffalo we found out that our longhounds were right.
All right.
We'd just like to know this information.
All right, sir.
We'd like to know which direction is south.
Which direction is south? That's south. But before you go, sir, I've heard so much about your troops and about how they're just fine horsemen, and I'll tell you there's some fine-looking steeds there, too. Being the fearless leader that you are, if you mind putting your troops through just for a little demonstration for this group that's assembled here tonight, a little drill to show us that great ability that they have for
I'd be glad to do that, but I'd like to know one question.
Yes, sir.
Are you a pilgrim, or are you watching a watermelon?
Would you drill that thing, please?
Face left. Okay then, I'm them, that'll face right.
What?
I've heard about Texas this morning, and it is here. Let's march off the state.
All right. I'm going to tell you, with a crew like that, I can see why the colonists won, But that leader now, I'll guarantee you that fella throws fear in me whenever you hear that tremendous, powerful voice. Man, I'll tell you what, we've got that was a fine-looking group, though. But there's some of them guys look a little familiar, didn't they? I guess though that as time goes by, you just get some more like that. No, you couldn't get people look like not two like that. No, okay. All right. We've got another moment in history now. Is everybody thinking? Okay. You're probably thinking about maybe the same thing, but let's try real hard. to do that. Thank. We're thanking. And thank you. And thanking. Okay, now then, let's look in on one of the most famous little presidents. Oh,
Yes, Mama, I cut down the famous Washington family.
I think that's the biggest cherries I've ever seen. They were pitless. Pitless. All right. Are you thanking? Maxine, you're not thanking. All right. You know, look, George Washington, father of our country. You know, we probably ought to take another look at George. Many years, and we saw him as a boy. We probably ought to go back and take a look and see, here in these later years, what has happened to George, our president. Well, one thing, he grew a little hair. George, I imagine you've had fought in a lot of terrible wars, have you not? You probably have made some big decisions that are far-reaching to all the people of America. Well, Mr. Washington, I'd like to ask you a question. Of all the troubles and the trials you've been through, what would you say was your greatest problem that you've had to deal with as President of the United States? Sometimes the greatest plan, laid plans go okay, go right. All right. Probably, some of you are already thinking, some of you ladies say, you know, as I'm thinking down through history, there must have been a famous woman in history. And you're right. But who are you thinking about? There's been several. But who are you thinking about?
Betsy Ross.
All right. Somebody said Betsy Ross. You know, we'll just have to wait and see. What was Betsy Ross? What did she do? All right. Let's see. What? Yes, where is Betsy? Betsy, we're very proud of our flag, and we're wondering if you might show us some of the work that you're doing. We know you've been busy working and sewing and making these flags, and we're just so proud of them, and we just wondered if you might show us some of your most recent work.
Yes. Now, this is a real nice flag. It's a grand old flag, and it's going to fly high. It's good colors, red,
But don't they know? This is horse country.
Betsy been doing lots of work. You know, we need to think again, and you know, no historical event, no war has been fought that did not have some inspirational music behind it. There have been, down through history, there's been great, we know today we have the Air Force Band, the Navy Band, all the various bands, and their purpose is to play inspirational music to the fighting men, to give them, to inspire them to greater achievements. And during the colonial time, it was no different. They had their bands for this purpose. And so, tonight, I think that if we'll just think about one of the bands that was famous during this of our American country. Oh, yeah. It's the Yankee Doodle Banquet. All right, let's hear it for the Yankees. Well, you know, with a country with the heritage that we enjoy and all the things, the luxuries of life that we have today, they didn't just happen overnight. There's a lot of hard work that went into a lot of the things that we enjoy tonight. Conveniences that we have, some of the great inventions of early America are some of the things that we're enjoying today. You know, you'd have an awful bumpy ride if someone hadn't invented a wheel, wouldn't you? Yeah. So we've got a lot of things that we take for granted that have been long in coming. And tonight, we have with us a great inventor. Who do you suppose that might be? They're out in a rainstorm, that's for sure. There's the thunder. Just a minute, I'm inventing something. Just a minute. Can you share with us something you're working on? Yeah, I'll be there in a minute, I'm inventing something. I think it's coming now. It's going to work in a minute. No. We want you to share it with us when it does. Oh, you will, we will. Terrible storms. Ah! Well,
That right there wasn't too bad. That was a little one. That one there's what got me though.
What are you working on there? Anyway.
Well, I went to France last year and there was a fellow over there that had done some experiments about electricity. And he said if you fly a kite while it was thunderstorming, that lightning would strike the kite, the current would come down the string and down to this key right here, and you have a bucket of water here, and the charge would go into the water, and you could capture the charge in the water. And that's what I've tried to do. We don't need that anymore, but I need your help. See, I've got two buckets of water here.
Oh, yeah,
This one here,
Yeah, well,
and that one down there.
what am I going to do with that?
Well, we want to try something. There it is. You want to help us, ma'am? Ma'am, if you will hold that bell. See that bell there? Okay. you hold that bell there, and you lay that thing down, wherever that is. Take your other hand there, and if this works, what we want you to do is we want you to stick that in there, and if I got electricity in there, that bell's going to ring. Okay? You do that?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, stick it in there.
Stick it in there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Okay, we got that. Boy, that worked. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. You know,
I was wondering if, you know, Ben Franklin, one of the things that he was famous for was Poor Richard's Almanac. Yes. Did you remember that? Have you got any of your sayings that you might share with us?
yes, sir. You know, we published that thing for a long time, and some of those sayings became famous. One of them was, early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and... Well, I didn't write it that way.
Oh, what?
I don't know who changed it, but the night I wrote it, I was up late. And I put down early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and a bore. But they put it wise. Yeah. And you know that other one, a stitch in time saves what? 9. Yeah, I didn't write it that way.
I wasn't aware of that.
I wrote that night, a stitch in time saves the whole breeches leg. But they didn't change it up that way. I don't know why they did that. But I wrote a couple of more that hadn't been or that didn't get published. No.
Well, would you share those with us?
Yeah, I will. I think these folk will like these. One of them is an onion a day keeps everyone away.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
It's really handy.
And the other one was, he who spits into the wind walks with a wet face. Lay those down. Well, I'm working on some other things.
Well, if it's not imposing on you.
No. I built this little thing, but I can't. Well, I call it a candle bulb.
A candle bulb.
I think electricity will work sometime with it, but I got to get my friend Thomas Edison to work with it some more. But if I can get that thing to work, then we can do away with all our candles. And all these people can be employed by electric companies all over this country. In fact, I've got it on my plans on my drawing board that when Texas becomes a state, there's going to be a company down there called Texas Electric Service Company.
Really?
Yes, sir. But if you can put out all the candles around here, I'll show you how this thing works.
We can handle that. Would you douse the candles back there?
Now this work. Well, the sun's bright today.
We can handle that. We'll blow out that candle, can you? Just pull the curtain, that'll be all right. Well, that's all right. Now
If this thing works just a little bit, it'll be real good.
oh my, look at that. How about that?
I gotta get that to Thomas Edison so he can improve on it.
I see.
I tell you what, I had 2 buckets, when I came out here, and this one's got some electricity in it. You got any idea what we can do with it?
Well, won't we put it somewhere where we can save it?
Well, it's not much in it.
Oh, well,
Why don't we
okay,
just,
well, just go ahead.
why don't we just throw it away, okay?
Well, okay.
Give somebody else a charge, okay?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
In American history,
Yeah.
and it was for widows and single ladies.
Right.
Well, I'm a great moment in history. And I am single. Why wasn't I invited you, dear?
You are the most active
next year, they're going to throw a big party in New York City for my 100th birthday. Yes, sir. Would you like to come?
Yeah.
Well, we'll just see you there, sweetie.
All right. Margaret Bell, all I can say is you sure didn't make a mess. Are y'all thinking? Oh, don't think like that again. Old Statue of Liberty, boy. They said she needs some work. Oh, I certainly believe it. We're going to think back now to another great, well, that was the, that must have been the Liberty Bell. You know, there's another great inventor that we made honor tonight, who has made many inventions. And I'm sure that that great inventor would not mind sharing some of his great work. Thomas Edison, working there in the shop. Wow. Mr. Edison, I see you're very busy.
Oh, yes, sir. Very
Lots
busy.
of inventions there.
Oh, yes. Ben, I've been working on a great big invention.
Well,
here.
that's good. I see that you are, that's
yeah.
good. Oh, yes, a receptacle.
Yeah, receptacle. Yeah.
Well, and an insulator?
Yeah, insulator.
Yeah, that's good.
There's another one, see?
Yeah, and that will attach to something on it. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of testing.
Lots of testing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, that's good. I
Big
wonder, Mr.
ideas.
Edison,
We got big ideas.
I wonder if you would, let me ask you a question. Mr.
Okay,
Edison. I've often
yes,
wondered
sir.
about this as I read about you and I've learned things that you did. I was wondering, would you share with us one of the largest problems, the biggest problem that you've ever faced in your invention?
We've been working on a bacon here.
Well, would you mind sharing that with us?
Yes, sir. I've been looking for a sock fit this bug here.
Yeah, I can see where that would be a big. You do have
Yeah, there it goes.
I think the way you did it, I think you must have had some yeast. Ben Franklin's bug ought to go. That's great, man. What a bug. What a bug. Have you ever thought about how big a socket, how big a room you have to have that bug in? Man, something to that. Hog fed cows. Yeah, be a good one for that. Are y'all thinking? Good. Get nervous when that door opens. You know, as we think about our great presidents down through the years, there's another one that probably comes to mind. In fact, if you see an image there probably on the table for the decorations. And you know, we're going to be privileged tonight because of your thinking ability and by us sitting here and collectively working together and thinking about great moments in history, great people in history. We're going to go back and maybe get an opportunity to look in on President Lincoln and his wife, Mary Todd Lincoln, of course. And the thing that I want everybody to understand is that all of the great jokes that you're going to hear, the wise sayings and the hilarious jokes, are all actually, they're the authentic, very word-for-word comments and statements and jokes that Abe Lincoln made. We didn't doctor them up, we didn't change them, we just letting it go, and it's just as they were back in the days of Abraham Lincoln. I'm impressed.
One step here, it fell down, I couldn't pick you up.
Please, sir. If I can add add 10,000 pardons to that.
Oh, one is enough, sir. I wish my whole army could charge like that.
My name is A.G. Orion with the microplex mouth.
I think I've read one of your articles. Well, I think that for people that like that sort of thing, it's just the sort of thing that they like.
Mr. President, I'd like to ask you some more questions if I could.
All right, go right ahead, sir. It's a great day for the race.
What race?
The human race.
Let me get that down. All right, sir, what is your most notable military command?
Oh, got it. One day, I had 20 of my men march out across the field. And lined up straight as an arrow, coming to a fence with a little bitty gate. Now here I am, 20 men straight across the field. I've got to come up with a command to get them through the gate. It didn't go too well. I couldn't think of the command to get them side by side.
What did you do?
As we got close to the gate, I said, "This company is dismissed. We'll fall in 2 minutes on the other side of the fence."
Oh, yeah, got another question. Mr. President, what kind of correspondence are you receiving from your generals in the field?
Well, I was concerned about the Northern Army. So I wrote General McClellan.
How you spell that?
McClellan. M-C-C-L-E-L-A-N-D.
Yeah, he's from around here.
Got that.
Got that? Okay. Wrote General McClellan and asked him what they were doing, how things were going. Well, he sent me a telegram that said, "Have captured 2 cows. What should I do with them?"
2 cows.
So I sent him a quick telegram back and said, "Milk them, George." And wait, there's another one. Had a cow floating down the Mississippi on a sheet of ice. And do you know that that cow is so cold still today that it's giving ice cream instead of milk? Would you like something to drink?
Mr. Lincoln, that's the longest leg I've ever seen.
That's nothing. I've got another one just like it.
All right, dear. I'd like to ask your wife a question if I could here. Miss Lincoln, is it true that you spent over $2,000 on your gown?
Yes, yes it is, I'm sorry to say.
Also?
To achieve that special look, we had to have it as specially designed.
Is it also true that you spent $5,000 on your handkerchiefs?
Why, sir, a lady of my high standings is not interested in dollars and cents. The point is, I want them and I have them.
Excuse me, sir. I think I have something that belongs to you. Man gave that to me years ago, and he told me that I was to keep it until I met a man uglier than myself. Sir, I believe this belongs to you. Very personal question this time, sir. Is it true that you're two-faced?
Let's leave it to the audience. Do you think if he had another face, he would wear this one?
Does it bother you that the press writes such things?
No, it kind of reminds me of the big fella that had a little wife that used to hit him over the head all the time with a stick. And he told his friends, he said, "Leave her alone. It doesn't hurt me and it does her a power of good."
All right, sir. In closing, who do you think the next president will be?
Well, I'm not exactly sure who the people's choice will be. But I am certain you will be the successful candidate.
I would like to thank you for this interview of information. How did you spell A?
A-B-E-E.
Double E. Thank you very much, sir.
Every time we be going, I'm just dying to get to the theater.
You know, some things about that really. Were y'all aware that those handkerchiefs, this is true, that the information given is true about the handkerchiefs? It's true. And those sayings, as I said before, they're authentic, they're words of Lincoln. They come right out of history. Actually, they are not changed a bit. They memorized them, so they present them just as they were. I thought they did great. So those were actual sayings of Lincoln. All right. You know, being from the great state that we are, we can't have, you know, moments in history without including that grand state of Texas. Let's hear it for Texas! Just a minute, I think we're going to have to redo that. We're going to have tonight, I think if we can, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to have visiting us the Yellow Rose of Texas. There she Yellow Rose of Texas. You know, another area of history tonight that we have kind of overlooked, and we really don't want to do that, because some of us wouldn't be here tonight if it were not for this next area of our great country, some of the developments that have been made in that, and that's in the field of medicine. There have been great strides made. We have in America, and from our heritage, some of the finest doctors. You know, from some of the, and because of some of the technological developments and advancements that we have in our country today, on this particular occasion, we're actually going to go back and see, get in the operating room with one of our greatest doctors that we've had in our history. Now, I'll leave it up to you to determine who it is. But now, we've got the privilege, and so I want us to be extremely quiet, because we don't want to make the doctor nervous. If he realizes we've got a bunch of people looking, and, you know, he may get a little nervous, and we don't want him to hurt the patient, because he's got a real live, I think it's live, patient that needed a little surgery, so we're going to take opportunity at this time to have a chance to look in and observe this surgery. So y'all be very quiet and listen and see if we can have a little insight into some of the great advancements that's been made in our field of medicine.
Oh, I hope I feel better after this, Doc. I don't know about this. There's something new here. Oh. It's anyone hurt, is it, Doc?
No,
No?
No.
It hurts over here.
Oh,
Get over here.
okay.
Okay. All right. I'm right.
You're gonna be all right.
I'm right.
Nurse, let me go sterilize my hands real quick. I'm back.
This is gonna be serious surgery.
Serious?
Serious?
Oh, he's not out yet.
Oh.
Serious? What do you mean serious? Serious?
Sir,
Huh?
this is an important step in history. Just calm down. It's gonna work out lovely.
I don't want to be loud, it's going to feel better. Plastic surgery, is it?
No. Hang on there. Okay, you ready to I need my mask on, nurse.
You got 4 thumbs, Doc. You gonna rob a bank? Put the mask on for it.
Just calm down, sir.
Oh, it hurts, Doc. It hurts. It hurts bad.
All right.
Oh.
Hang on. We're gonna take care of that real soon.
Oh.
Nurse, I believe it's time to sedate the patient.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay, sir.
I feel better already. I feel better already.
I'm here, nurse. Captain $1,000.
Oh, I think out that far.
Nurse, I think you did a good job there.
Thank you, doctor.
Nurse, before we start this, maybe we should look at the book.
You need the book?
Yes, the book. Not the comic book.
Oh, okay. Let's see, page 999?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Would you turn to the page that's got pictures on it, please?
Oh.
There it is. There. Oh my goodness. No wonder he is hurt.
Incision, aren't you?
Incision?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let me borrow the book. I'll set it right over
Let
here.
me get your...
Hey, nurse, I think he's coming too. Could you do something about that right quick?
Oh, well. Oh, my head, my head. Oh.
Settle down. It'll be okay, dude.
Oh, I had a horrible dream. Somebody hit me in the head. Oh.
Nurse, I think it's time to mark the spot.
Okay.
Let's mark the spot. Okay, right there. Right there. Okay. Ah.
believe we better get Betsy out for this.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I hope he doesn't come too.
I do too. You want me to give him another knock?
Okay, just hang on now. Hey, what?
Oh, let me get him.
What's that noise? What's that noise?
I'll see y'all later. Okay, let's get him too. Sir? Sir?
Oh, yeah.
You're all right.
Oh, what's...
Can you hop on one leg?
Get me off this table.
Well, I don't know what doctor that was, but I don't think I want him. Doctor who? Livingston? Y'all want to close the curtain? Would somebody tell Jack not to laugh so hard? Let's can't open that door for a minute. Let's let some of the operating ether get out. Might not be able to do it. Yeah, well, that'll help. Okay, go ahead, Chef. That helped. One of the things that we need to do as we look back in history is, you know, we've had a lot of things happening. We've looked at some of the advancements we've had. We looked at some of the inventions that we've had. We looked at modern medicine, and we've looked at various things. And you know, I think that we don't want to leave our moments in history without looking and see what I'd like to know, and I'm sure you would too, what the young colonist boys did to fill their days back in those early American days. And I thought that we might just see if we could go back and take a look and see how those early boys fill their days. Let's take a look.
I don't know.
It's a good chick. I'm tired of it.
What's that noise out there?
I don't know.
Why don't you go check? I'm too tired to move.
Hey, Bert, what's that noise out there?
I don't know.
Why don't you go see? I'm too tired to move.
Hey, Gary. What's that noise out there? Why don't you go see? I'm too tired to move.
Hey, what's that noise out there? She gonna say I'm too tired to move.
Hey, John.
Huh?
What's that noise?
I don't know.
Why don't you go check? I'm too tired to see.
Hey, Brian. What's that noise?
as we continue on our little journey into the history of America, we want to look in and see there was a group of people that made up America and is a part of all countries for that matter. And that's the little people. You know, the little people and the midgets, and they're a very dignified group, and they like to be respected. And we have probably, if we'll think about it, some very notable and famous little people of America. And we want to, at this time, to peek into the past and take a view at some of our little people of America, and see if we can see what's happening with them. They've been a proud group, and during the colonial days they played an important role. So we want to, at this time, to take a look at the little people. Be just a moment, please.
Commercial break.
Commercial break, right. All right. I think we can see that they were busy, little people. And that real cuties there. You know, as we think about history and the things that have transpired, we also think of some of the things that have happened as far as advancement in various causes that have gone along, and I think this next scene will probably bring this thing together as far as history of some of the things that take place. So we'll wait just a second here and let's be thinking about a moment in history that maybe we haven't touched on yet that you think, I wonder, are we going to get a chance to look? So we're going to be, in just a minute, we're going to get another look into history, and one of the things that we haven't touched on. Jack! Oh, it's Betty! Oh, I thought all right with Jack. You mean that's Betty? All right, Betty, but you hold that down just a minute, There you go. I think what it is.
The Grammys are coming. Whoa! He said I was supposed to say the British part of it. So you say the British Grammys? The Grammys are coming. Here they come.
A little bit tonight, aren't you, Katie? Oh! My word! I'm just glad all of y'all could be here tonight. And when you leave here, you're gonna be glad you were here. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself and my cabinet members. I'm Granny. I'm running for president on the radical ticket. And this young lady right here, my immediate left, this is Shady. She's my running mate for vice president. Where's she stepping now, honey? And this other young lady. She's my trusted advisor and my public relations person. Yeah. Now, I want to set your mind to this. I want to set your mind to these about me running for president at my age. Well, I'm 89. Behave over here now. I'm trying to discuss something here. Well, I am in the prime of my life. Now, you take, for instance, Ronald Reagan. Now, he's president at 74. Now, when he started running for president, I'm sure there's a lot of people thought he was going to be senile. And me running for president, some of you folks will probably think I'm senile, right? Amen. Right down over here now. Where was it? Now, for done with clothes, not what I was saying now. That wasn't any important anyway. Well, but why not me for president? Well, why not? Now, I tell you what, just look at some of the presidents we've had in the past. Richard Nixon. Now, that man couldn't run the country. He didn't even know how to run a tape recorder. And Gerald Ford, now that man, we all know he had trouble standing on his own 2 feet. So I got as much going for me as for president as any of those fellas. So now, I want to direct your attention to some issues that make up my platform. What's she for, anyway? Well, now, I've been hearing a lot about nuclear missiles and nuclear war and nuclear this and nuclear that. I mean, I hear it all the time, and I don't know what all the fuss is about. I mean, I can stop that commotion right away. All you gotta do is... All you gotta do is give everybody a nuclear missile. Yeah. Set it up in your backyard, and that's gonna stop all that fussing. And it'll probably stop your neighbor's dog from barking at night, too. Get a double good night's sleep.
fancy word, Social Security. And what beats me is how anybody over 65 can feel secure when the government's taking a plug out of it here and a plug out of it there.
Wait a minute, I'm not gonna give up my Social Security to be vice president. I don't even know what it pays.
That's right. I don't blame you, Sadie. So, if I'm elected president, I'm gonna give a 50% increase in Social Security. And everybody over 65 a Winnebago. It's high time that you folks got out and saw the country and did some traveling. Yes, sir. And you know that pretty green lawn on the front of the White House? It's gone. We're going to put asphalt on there. We're going to have a parking lot for all these travel trailers. You can come see me at the White House. Now, what is that about that? Yeah. Okay. Now, what about unemployment? What about it? I don't know, and I ain't going to talk about it either. So, all right. All right. Amen. Well, I've talked about a few issues here. Very few. Well, enough. Let me tell you. And I'd like to know if there's any questions. Yeah, come right up here. Come right on up here.
Granny, if you're elected president, what are you gonna do about Ross Perot?
Ross Perot. Sadie, what do you think we'll do about Ross Perot?
Ross Perot?
Yeah, Ross Perot! Nobody get him out of here.
We take care of problems on the spot.
That's right. Now, is there any more questions? Taking care of that. Well then, my conclusion, I'd just like to say, everybody get out and vote for Granny to make this great land that we live in a better nation. And thank you for
I think we'd have to agree that women have come a long way. Oh, baby. You know, as we've reflected through a lot of history and we've had a little fun along the way, and I want to apologize to Ms. Griffin and all right, Betty. I want to apologize to Ms. Griffin and all the history teachers for any slight discrepancies that we might have had. We have had, I hope, some fun together, and I hope that you've had a laugh or two along the way that we've gone through the evening. And there's being passed out to you now a little piece of paper. And this is not to grade anybody. This is to give us the words to a song that I'm going to ask every one of us to stand in just a moment after you've received one of these. And I want us to sing, one of the things that I want to do is to sing God Bless America. You know, we've had some fun, we've done some thinking, but you know, and we can thank God for this, but we live in one of the greatest nations on the earth, and we're blessed beyond all measure. And it would not be that way if it were not for God Almighty, and we need to thank Him, and we need to be thankful every day for the country in which we live. We're going to sing together, God Bless America, and then following this, I'm going to ask Truman Gregory to lead us in our closing prayer. And let me say this. Some of you men, I would appreciate it very much if you would stay after the conclusion of our program and help us with moving some tables and getting some chairs back in classrooms and this sort of thing. There's a lot of work to be done following this, and some of you that can, if you can't, we understand. But if you can stay and help, we'd appreciate that. I want us, though, to do something else. You know, as I said in the beginning, the purpose of our get-together tonight was to honor these ladies here at the front table. And I want us to give each one of them, I want us to do it collectively, and let's just give them a hand for being the people that they are. And also, I would like to thank each one who has had a part in the program tonight, those skits that we put on. And you know, things like this takes time. You have to give up something to do something. We all know that. And we appreciate the time that was given by each one of you in participating in this event tonight. And I think by the turnout that we've got, if you ladies look around just to see the smiling faces behind you, you'll know that they're here because they want to be here. There's a lot of places they could have been, but they wanted to be here tonight to help honor you. And so I want us to remember this, and we want you to leave here tonight knowing that we love you, each one of you. Sometimes we're hesitant, we're negligent in telling you, and we apologize for that, and we're sorry for that, but we do appreciate you, and we think about you a lot. Sometimes we don't express it, but we really do. We appreciate you so very much. Bill? Everyone got the little promise? Let's stand and remain standing for the prayer. God bless America. When there I go, stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the ocean wide with hope. God bless America, our home sweet home. God bless America, our home sweet home.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this occasion. Thank you, Father, for the privilege to honor these places.
That's all. Another group that I may have overlooked, I'm not sure, but I want to make sure that I don't, and the ladies have asked me specifically to do this, and I think it's great, and if I overlooked it, I should not have, and that's we want to thank our young men who served as escorts tonight, and they will be escorting the ladies home. This young couple here, it just so happens that they're celebrating tonight their 39th wedding anniversary, so I thought we ought to give them a hand.
Kiss.
Kiss. Kiss. Okay, the young men who, now you ladies